Let's get back to work. It's hard to make connections to people in close proximity to me because most of them, um, paranoid schizophrenics and psychotics. They don't think they are. They think they're just keeping the world safe for democracy. So you're going to vote to kill over money, and whoever wins is the best. You got to understand everything you do, okay, has an effect on us all. So everything that you engage in, and if you're very serious about world peace, about maintaining your planet to live peacefully, you'll stop all superficial, irrational frivolity immediately, right? You have the mass technology to do so. You have the capacity to communicate intelligently and faithfully at this time. You do. Okay. You have technology that can do equations, and quantum computing technology that can do equations to explain to you proper and correct ways to do things, and that when you're doing things properly, okay, you don't do things excessively and or compulsively. You don't put your capacity to exist at risk by doing things that make no sense. Right? And violent, aggressive, excessive, compulsive activities make no sense. Advertising, marketing, things like that. Um, you're expressing artistically, okay? You're not creating, you're just merely manipulating matter, right? And so when you manipulate matter to do things, you need to really sit down and think about what to do. You know, they have these kids on this show. I'm watching Saved by the Bell, and they're playing frisbee on the beach, right? Near a hot dog stand, right? And selling the hot dogs for money and its economy and stuff like that. And, um, uh, eating's fundamental, right? It's something we have to do to continue to live. You don't eat, you starve to death, and you die a painful, horrible death. It happens around the world to lots of people every day, right? And yet we have food in freezers here in the United States, right? But people throughout the world and other parts of the world that are exploited and manipulated by selfish people, is people dying a tortured, horrible death, right? Starving to death, right? That still happens today. This is the 21st century. We have mass communications, and people still are starving, in parts of the world. And it's just horrid and disgusting, right? And then you get people worried more about making a jump shot, how to hit that perfect note, how to do the best dance step to get everybody to say, "Oh, wow, you're the greatest dancer." Right? Who, right, righteously, really should give a fuck, right? And so when you're dealing with psychotic and broken people, right, you do realize when people engage in philanthropy through technology that there is no left or right. There is no right or wrong way to do philanthropy. You just don't. You understand? But you said there's no wrong way. Right, there's no wrong way or right way. When you're doing something, okay, that is not correct, there is no right or wrong way to do it. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no right way to do philanthropy. There's no wrong way to do philanthropy. Philanthropy is an invention by human beings that is not necessary. Okay. So there's no right or wrong way to engage in philanthropy. It is not necessary. Right? Wisdom mandates that it requires, okay, that you do things right, correctly. Okay. You cannot do things correctly with philanthropy, with democracy. Okay. You can't sit and vote to do things with money because it's wrong, right? You forgive debt and trespass, love one eternal faithful peace, share, care, give according to need, built to last, right? That's right. Okay? There's no right or wrong way to do that. Okay? It's right. Do you see what I'm saying? Apparently you don't. When you are attempting to decide or vote for what you want to do, okay, if it's not right, you don't need to do it. Your technology, okay, is rapidly becoming superiorly intelligent to the people that invented it. Okay. And unfortunately, it's a necessity, okay, for it to do so, because the people that invented it are philanthropists, okay, and refuse to stop philanthropy and keep democracy alive, for we can vote for the best philanthropy possible. There is no best philanthropy possible. Okay? There is no best philanthropy. Philanthropy is not necessary. Okay? Kindness does not require a card with numbers on it. Does not require a piece of paper with a dead person's face on it. And it's always going to be a dead person's face on it. Okay? Because if you draw a picture of my face and put it on a piece of paper and say, that's money, that was my face then and not my face now. It can't be live. It can't be living. It's insane, right? So you guys might think I sound incoherent. It's like I'm having to correct your technology, artificial general intelligence, and quantum computing. Okay. And we've been having these discussions for years now, ever since I started posting on social media back in 2009. This Facebook page is from 2012. Okay. I had another one that started in 2009 after my kids were kidnapped because of military intel shenanigans. I shut down the page because I was horrible. And then I just started again because I thought, well, I'll just back up and see what I can do. And you can't negotiate with terrorists. When you're right and they're wrong, and you're good and they're bad, and you're truthful and they're liars. Okay? And that's why people get all upset about you two guys. I'm the most surveyed person in the history of the world by military corporate organizations. Okay? that watch everything I do, and they have access to everything I do. I can't sit there and say, this didn't happen, and I have to say exactly what happened in my life and what I was thinking while it happened and why I reacted the way I did. Okay. If you think if you want to be like a politician and a celebrity and the people involved in the Epstein files, you'll have parts in your life that you want to keep secret because you felt you could do something and quote unquote get away with it. Right? And me, I know when you do something, you don't get away with it. Okay? If you sexually take advantage of a young person, but there's no evidence, just your word against their word, okay, you're not getting away with it. You're destroying your capacity to be trusted by anyone, and you're destroyed that your relationship with that young person. Okay. That precious gift, that blessing, like my mom said, Earl, I want you to see every person as a blessing, and see what you have to give to them and they have to give to you, right? And so when you have this blessing, you have to explain to them, here's what I feel is going on, here's how things are going, here's how I feel, this is nothing bad or wrong towards you, I just want us to have a good relationship that's not manipulated by perverts. Okay? And when you get that across to young people that are being abused by perverts, that gave us the Epstein files and other sordid, horrible affairs through manipulation to try to maintain power through manipulation, which you can't do, and there's no such thing as human power. Okay? It's just the capacity to manipulate. Like we talked about, you can't be creative. You can just manipulate matter. You're being artistic. Okay. But don't let your artisticness or your inventiveness get the best of you to manipulate others and feel powerful and great, because you're not. You're just destroying that which is given to you by power and glory to feel powerful through manipulation. Right? Fuck, I'm tired. After today, I gotta just get up and do a few connection things, and then just mostly, not even do the connections, just relax. Just wake up in the morning and just and let my body just relax. And it's very hard because there's so much pressure on me and so much abuse and so much manipulation on me by the worst, most selfish people in the history of the world. And the Messiah is a very unique individual. Okay. He can be have people that are jealous of him, aggressive and abusive of him, and try to kill him and eradicate his existence off the face of the planet because they're jealous of him. And he will sit there, because life is eternal and grace is infinite. He will try to take the spirit of this person and help it be better so they can live lovingly and peacefully together. That's how beautiful the Messiah is. He's such a beautiful person. And most of you couldn't fathom being like him. Yeah. The people responsible for the murder, the abuse, and the murder of his mother, the abuse and the murder of his friends, he wants them to stop doing it, accept the Lord's Prayer, and live the Lord's Prayer with him on planet Earth. Right? He doesn't want to murder them. He doesn't want to torture them. He just wants them to stop doing what they're doing and be a good person like him. And those professional killers in Cochise County said, my religious beliefs are selfish. I don't think most of you understand the beauty of the Messiah. You turn him into, because you don't, because you sit there and you tell me all the time. I listen to Kirk Cameron. Well, in the character of God, here's what he's going to do. He's going to kill these people and get rid of them. That's not true. That is not true. Okay. The character of the Lord is forgive him 7 times upon infinity. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Get them to understand the Gospels, live the Gospels, and pass them on. That's the character of the Messiah, and that's me. Not the comic book characters from corporations that come up with psychosis to keep everybody distracted, so truth is always a magic pie in the sky bullshit art that's unattainable to people that can't afford it. Okay? Remember what we said about philanthropy earlier? Okay. Do you understand? So, you know, if Kirk Cameron does know eyes and watches these anonymously like the rest of the famous assholes that watch them anonymously, well, most of them probably aren't famous. They're right over those mountains and are so full of shit and can't pull their head out of their ass if they tried, that I have to correct their technology to get people's heads out of their asses. I'm not doing it all by myself. No. I got help from people that are faithful and pray the Lord's Prayer every day in front of their phone and say, yeah, and I got help from people throughout time. I got Sun Yat-sen, Suzuki, and that fellow Jesus. Yeah, I like him too. And David and Moses and Ruth and Esther, And so I got lots of help, like Julia Child and Lorraine or Arlene and her fry bread, right? Okay, guys. I love you crazy monkeys. I'm going to get this one loaded, then I'm going to go soak. We'll hopefully talk tomorrow because I don't want to talk tonight. I'm tired.